Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the ADHD Gamer. We are on episode 29. Today's going to be what did I say? Most anticipated games of 2020, guys?
Yep.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as always, I'm one of your hosts, Mike McMahon, joined as always by Mr. Jonathan Franklin.
What's up, ADHD gamers?
Mr. Adam Hammonds.
Hey, guys.
Okay, you actually spoke. I'm proud of you.
I did.
And then I'm proud of you. And joined by the titty meats themselves, Mr. Erick Philly.
How you doing, folks? I'm coming to you on my sweet, crisp, new HP Omen computer, by the way.
Oh, did you get it, Omen?
Oh, that's
I did. I got Omen.
How
told me to do it.
How was your $13,000 spent?
It was $15,000, sir, and I'm not happy about it. But those games are crisp. Let me just.
Oh, are they? How is that ray tracing?
Well, the ray tracing is delicious.
Is it? What do you got in there? 2080?
I got a 2070. 2070 Ti with 8 gigs.
Oh, big guy.
Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. I was a 8th gen. Was it
i9?
i7? No, i7.
i7.
Yeah, still 3 gigahertz.
8700? No, i7 9700.
Yeah, some on those.
If it's i7 9700K, that bitch it's actually stronger than the i9, some of the i9s. So that's okay. That's a good setup.
Yeah.
That's a good setup, man. It's a good setup. Where I just built mine not so long ago. I upgraded to a 1660 Ti, and this thing is quite wonderful, if you will. Geralt's hair looks wonderful running around in The Witcher.
See, that's the one thing about it. So I don't know if I want to play Witcher like on PC or I want to play it on
Don't say it.
Switch,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. That was horrible. Don't do that. Listen,
because like,
have you played The Witcher? Have you ever played The Witcher?
I played The Witcher on Xbox.
Have you played The Witcher 3?
The Witcher 3 on Xbox.
Did you beat The Witcher 3?
No.
Go play it on play it on the PC.
I don't know anybody who's beat it.
I know. I have. I beat it. I beat it in 2015. But here's the thing: I was not obsessed with the world like I started with last year. Now I'm obsessed with the fucking world. So now I'm replaying. But I didn't do all the side quests because it's almost impossible to do. I mean, there's still people running through 4 playthroughs at this point, and still finding new stuff. So what you should do, Eric? Listen, the Switch version is great. I have it. Adam has it. To be in all honesty, it's great. I think it's one of those things to where it's a miracle that they got it to work on the system. It works on my Switch Lite screen that is about yay big, and it runs perfect. I have no problems. You just can't, when you go to dock it, you're gonna tell a difference. So of course I can't dock my Switch Lite. Yes, people, I know this, don't call me fucking stupid, but if you go to run it on your Switch, obviously, and you go to dock it, you're gonna tell a difference. So play it on your PC, especially since you just spent $15,000, which I know is obviously not the real number, but go. I probably know about what you spent on. I look at them all the time when I go because I want actually one of their monitors. Their monitors look amazing. But go play it on the PC because you got it there and play it. And I will honestly, I'm playing my second playthrough now with mods, and the mods that I'm using like auto loot, like I'm running through Nexus and running like auto loot and different mods like that, dude, and it's wonderful, dude. And they like they have a HD rework mod to where the text some guys going through from a Patreon and doing textures, and you don't have to pay anything for the Patreon or whatever, but the guys running textures and you can download textures and it looks beautiful. So check that out, definitely.
Yeah, it's weird because so now I know that I got this high end PC. Like, what video games are gonna get? So I did get I got all the original stuff. So I really got it for development, development because I work in Unity 3D. Obviously, I was looking at doing Unreal probably again, but mainly I just got it for some other side projects I was doing here and there. So mainly I like my old computer. I would be like doing some stuff and just crash at random, So I just got tired of that happening because I put in custom, I put in a 1060 in my old computer, like from my old job, and it just kind of gave way some PCs, put in something, and just crashed. I'm like, well, I built the computer, that computer was crashed when I upgraded to Windows 10. So you know what? I'm going to just buy a pre-built computer and just hope it does not crash. And so far, it has not crashed. Anything weird happened with it, so.
I mean, it's HBO, man. I mean, you spend so much money on them, or they're going to make sure they're fine, and if not, the customer service is going to take care of it because of how much money you just spent.
I just figured the drivers would be good and everything. It's like everything that I got in this computer has been compatible, and the drivers are all going to work across the board. So,
if I can tell you anything, I have a $1,400 Alienware 14-inch that I bought in 2014, I believe, and I'm just now getting to where it's starting to chug. I just bought a new RAM kit today. I also bought an SSD to put into it just to make it a little bit faster, just to make it last longer. That's actually going to be my mobile podcast computer. So it's kind of
a laptop.
Yeah, it's an Alienware laptop. Jonathan's got the newer version of I think his is a 17-inch, but he's got the newer version of basically what I have. They used to make Alienware made a Alienware. It was like a M version. It was like a Alienware M14X is what mine is, or something like that. And it was whatever version that is. Jonathan's got the 17-inch version, but the newer version. And yeah, man, it's just one of the things where PCs, dude, their perks are always coming out. Like the GTX 30 series is coming out summertime of this year, I believe.
Yeah, so I know was it what's the conference coming up soon?
God, you had to say
CGC?
it. No. What's the one where they do all the tech? We've talked about this. Me and Adam have literally talked about this before.
CES or something like that?
CES, there it is. It's I believe it's CES. It's the electronic conference where like Samsung goes and shows off their newest 4K TV. And,
So Samsung shows off this stuff, Nvidia shows off this stuff.
Yeah, and AMD shows off all their crap and all. I mean,
it's basically stuff I heard now recently.
It's basically a tech show. This year, I got a feeling a lot of 8K stuff is going to be shown. I got a feeling like the new 8Ks will be shown, and I haven't even bought a 4K yet, so I got a feeling like yeah, dude, I don't have a 4K TV in my house. I told my wife yesterday when we were walking through Target that I will have a 4K TV in November when my Series X comes home with me. So.
Yeah, at that point you gotta make it happen. Yeah,
I'm not playing Hellblade 2 without a 4K TV. So it's
true. It's great because I got a 4K TV right now. But even then, like the TV I got in my room, I got that like it's a 1080p TV. But I had that for like years. It cost like $3,000 when I bought it like a long time ago. That's been floating for years. It cost my TV now cost like. I think last time I checked, like years ago, it was like $700. It's probably even less than that now. It's probably like $200.
Dude, it's really weird how much people spent on TVs back in the day. Like when, you probably don't remember this, but when you used to bring your Dreamcast over to my parents' house, we had a box big screen, an old Mitsubishi box big screen, dude. That when they were brand new. Jonathan, you might remember this. You might remember these TVs. The projection TVs. Adam, you might have been yay big. But
I was yay big, but I still remember them.
I was gonna say you might remember them because I bet your dad probably had one. To be completely honest with you, I bet he did. From remembering from back in the day. But dude, that TV cost my dad. I think he told me $1,800 back in the late '90s. I remember him telling me that, and that was late '90s, early 2000s. And I was like, and that TV, dude, still works to this day. You can tell it's going out, but it still works to this day.
So the thing is, my TV is an LCD TV.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, like, the only thing I have to worry about is like literally like dead pixels, but I haven't really worried about it. But I never seen any of that happen with my TV and stuff. But I do have what I did have beforehand was a projector TV that there was like a 1080i, I think. And I was doing some things about Xbox, bought an Xbox where I was trying to get up to higher resolutions, and I think it screwed up the chipset, whatever was inside of it. I think I burnt out something inside. I can only do 480p or 480i.
I have
and I sold it to my friend for like $200 or something. He was happy with it.
What do I have? I have a 1080. I've got a 1080p Vizio I bought a couple years ago. Jonathan, what do you have? A Samsung or LG?
I have an LG now.
You have an LG, okay.
4K.
So, do you have an OLED? Is yours an OLED? Okay, so you spent some money on it. The OLED TVs, the LG OLEDs are the way to go. They're like the top. You got to spend like $3,000 to get one, but they're the top. They're the top and the way to go. But my mother-in-law has a TCL 4K Roku that is like like literally steps away from that OLED. Like it's beautiful. Like that. Like it's probably one of the best gaming TVs you can buy. I actually seen a commercial on YouTube. You know how YouTube puts up ads before videos. They brought a TCL gaming ad where now TCL is actually going into gaming. They brought like a Modern Warfare ad there where it was like showing you their newest TV and showing you the stuff that you're gonna see. Like TCL is going into gaming TVs now. So like TCL is a cheap. I don't want to say it's a cheap TV, but it's a cheaper TV than what you're normally running. So that's probably the way I'm gonna go. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait.
I'm still gonna probably get like another Samsung TV again, but I want to make sure that, like I said, like because I still want to. I don't want to get like an 8K TV. Obviously, no. I want to get a 4K TV. I want to make sure like the refresh rate is pretty high and stuff like that. So,
dude, with how hard it is to support 4K now, I mean, think about it. You see stuff that doesn't run in native 4K, right? So them if when they bring out 8K this year and start rushing out 8K this year, what's going to support it? You know, there's going to be nothing that supports 8K right now. You know, the new consoles say they're going to support it, but that's cool and all. But the thing is, there's going to be no native 8K yet because stuff can barely run in 4K. Like
so legit, when the PlayStation Pro came out, there was like the talks of you know, like they knew it was gonna take like 12 teraflops or whatever to get to that point. Yeah. So, like so of course the Xbox and the new Xbox or the new PlayStation 5 is gonna be there, but now people are talking about 8K. So I think like at this point I'm perfectly fine with like with a 4K TV, 4K 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second. Yeah. And some like very high end games and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something real quick because I definitely forgot to do this. So guys, you can check this show out on podcast services around the globe, and also you can check us out on youtube.com/ADHDgamerPodcast, facebook.com/ADHDgamerPodcast, and please go leave us a like on, or a follow if you will, on Instagram on ADHD Gamer Podcast. Did I miss anything, John? Okay.
I can tell.
Yeah, I got to get in the system of this goddamn plug shit. I got to fucking put me a goddamn list right above my head. But no, and Eric, please go ahead and plug your show real quick while we're thinking.
My show, Fistful Line Podcast. You can go to fistfulline.net, of course, and just look for us up on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, so on and so forth, Google Play. Same thing with my podcast called The Darkest Hour. That's my spin-off podcast with just me, of course. So if you like, if you just like me, listen to the Darkest Hour podcast because I got different podcasts on different topics: political, gaming, Freak Nasty Hour. That's a good one. I have my lady friends on talk about some freak nasty gimmicks.
Who is the comic chick that I believe you and Zach were doing an episode I want to say about a month and a half ago. Chick walked in about mid show and came in and did show y'all.
Monique?
Maybe black chick?
Yeah, Monique.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just heard her in my ear, but for some reason I stereotyped as immediate as like that's a black chick. But
you're 100% correct.
Okay. No, but she was
you're right.
She was funny, man. She was funny. I was cracking up with y'all's conversations.
She's been on the show. That thing. You could look for ones called I think it's called Zach's Sexy Daddy or something like that. If you listen to that episode, like Monique was extra like a guest on that podcast. So. Yeah. But she moved. She got a better paying job and everything in another state. So she's traveling the world right now.
That's the way to go. But guys, check that out. Adam, I believe you listen to Offensive Line, don't you?
I do. It's my Monday and Wednesday podcast.
Yeah, it's quite hilarious.
I did not know that, intern. I respect you a little bit more now because back in my days we didn't have podcasts. We had cassette tapes.
I listen on Sundays because so they record on Sundays, they release on Sundays, and then I listen to them while I'm at work. So it's a great little listen, man. Y'all check that out. It's quite hilarious, especially it's just funny, man. So guys, we're here to talk about video games. First, I want to go into a little bit of budget game. So this is gonna be a weird show for you people that have been listening and sticking with us. And once again, thank you for doing that. This is going to be a weird show. We're gonna go into some budget gamer stuff. So Jonathan's gonna throw you some deals and free games and stuff like that you can grab here. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been playing. I don't want to go long into that segment. And then we're gonna go into our most anticipated games of the year, gentlemen. Basically, I'm gonna read off what games are coming out. And we can talk about them and also so on and so forth. So everybody stick with us here. Jonathan, why don't you go ahead and head us into our budget gamer segment and tell the people what they can get for free or dirt ass cheap.
Dirt ass cheap is what I like to hear. So starting with Dirt Ass Cheap.
I apologize, Jonathan. Since Eric has finally stepped up into our world of gaming PC, I want to let him know that you should really listen to this segment because I happen to be a king, and Jonathan happens to be a king as well of finding great deals, and we have about probably. I personally have probably about 10 websites that I use to get my deals and they're all legal. We have looked it up. They are all legal ways of getting these deals. No, because there's...
Did you wink? Because I can't see in my webcam.
I did not wink. No, these are all legal. No, these are...
Mike could be shaded sometimes. We play Burn Dreamcast games together.
Yeah. True. Actually, I have a whole thing of burnt Dreamcast games
I was a supply back then, so don't worry about it. I'm going to
you were the plug for the Dreamcast.
I was the plug for the Dreamcast game.
These are
DVD man on the block.
No, but there's CDKeys.com does like deals all the time. Like me and Jonathan just bought Cyberpunk for $42, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
We pre-ordered.
Yep. It was
like $41.99.
Yeah, I think I heard about it from one of you guys' shows, in fact, because I listened as well. So yeah,
we actually pre-ordered it as we were sitting here talking on the show. I believe we pre-ordered it as we were talking on the show.
We did.
What you should do is I'm gonna go ahead and give you a heads up. So I don't know if you heard this on our show, but if you're looking forward to Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk will not be on next gen consoles at launch. They've only announced it to be on, so it's coming out Xbox One, X obviously, and PS4 Pro or PS4, Xbox, and all the Xbox One and all that. It will not be out at launch for the Series X and also the PS5. So the best place to play it is going to be, and now that you have something that can run Cyberpunk that good, if I was you, I would play Cyberpunk on your PC if you're looking forward to that.
I definitely will. You know what I mean? Like,
also they have.
I am enjoying my PC and everything, and I talked myself out of getting a high refresh rate gaming monitor, but
you should talk yourself back into it. You should talk yourself back into it. It's a difference that you'll never go back from. Like I swear to God, dude. I bought an MSI monitor. I'll tell you what. I bought a 32. Just last hardware segment. I bought a 32-inch LG 1080p monitor a while back. I was like, man, I'm just gonna play 1080p. I don't care about everything else, dude. I bought a fucking 1440p MSI monitor, and oh my God, that refresh rate is so good. I can't go back.
Yeah. Are you doing dual monitors, by the way?
No, I'm not running duals yet, but I will be eventually.
So I always did dual monitors anyway because so here, like, you know, in my office I do dual monitors, and at work I do 3. Like I got my laptop screen and 2 other monitors as well. So
yeah,
I'm always running like two plus monitors.
We used to have 3 back in the day because when I talk about my cousin all the time, but my cousin's the one that got me into I don't want to say got me into gaming, but brought me into playing Diablo 2, and so I would always have to run in there on his 2 CRT fat ass fucking screens, and I'd be playing Diablo 2 on one, and he'd be doing something on the other. So nice. I know that all too well. But yeah, we know what we're trying to tell you is Jonathan also pre-ordered. Did you get Doom Eternal on there for $39?
No, it was.
What did you get? No, you got Resident Evil 3. He got Resident Evil 3 for $43. Hasn't even came out yet. Pre-order. And they're all legal ways. We actually looked that up on purpose because I didn't want to speak about anything illegally on this show.
I want to make sure because you know what I mean.
Off show,
some African.
Off show, I will talk to you about it. Off show, I'll talk to you about illegal stuff.
And you know what I mean, because I don't trust those African princes either, Mike. If you're doing that, I'm like,
well, I mean, hey,
but if it's legal.
It's legal. It's legal. Yeah. I mean, it's legal. It's that Jonathan looked it up on show actually a couple weeks ago. It's a legal thing to do. They just buy keys that are off. They're not like stealing people's credit cards and stuff and doing that. But yeah, let's hop into that segment. John, go ahead and give us some budget gamer stuff.
All right, cool. So on CD Keys, we've got Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition for $6.59.
Is that PS4? Is that PS4? Oh, never mind. I don't know why I just said that. It's not on PC yet.
It's not on PC. Cyberpunk went up. What? Go ahead.
So Horizon is not on PC yet?
No, Horizon is not on PC yet. That is they sell PS4 keys, they sell Xbox keys, they sell Switch keys. They've got Tokyo. What's the fucking game called? I don't know. I'll look it up and tell you.
We found some good deals for like Game Pass and all the other shit. Like,
so definitely. I talked to you guys even later.
Yeah, definitely.
I had people like hit me up like, what do I get Switch games and stuff like that? And
I can give you another one for that. That one we can talk about off camera. That one, I mean, it's still legal. It's still legal, but it's not illegal for everybody.
You don't have to hide anything from me, mofo.
It's not you I'm trying to hide from.
Let's just give a little wink on camera. Definitely.
It's not you I'm trying to hide.
Adam, you didn't see me wink.
Are you trying to say Adam's a snitch? Is that what you're trying to say?
Whoa.
Maybe he is. He's an intern, so maybe he probably snitched for some coffee.
Somebody's offering him more money somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what it is.
Somebody put him a penny.
What did,
he's gonna roll over on me in a heartbeat.
John, what's Cyberpunk go up to?
Cyberpunk went up to $46.19 right now.
Still cheap.
It'll probably fluctuate.
I still get it. I'm still going for sure.
I mean, it's still like $20 off, so you can't really beat that.
Resident Evil 3 still at $46.19 as well.
For sure. There's a lot of good ones
Doom
on
Eternal's on there for $39.59 if you care about
I'm
Doom.
gonna definitely get Doom Eternal.
I'm thinking about doing that, but I ain't got the money at the moment.
So, and then me and Jonathan are talking about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which I'm hoping he'll buy that on Steam so that so that I don't have to buy it.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You
share logins then?
Yeah, Jonathan's got about 300 games because of me, so I'm hoping he can give me one.
Nice.
It's true.
Go ahead, John.
All right, so Epic Game Store, right now they've got both Darksiders War Master Edition and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition from January 1st to January 8th for free, as well as a game called Steep.
Steep is a blast. Yes. Steep's a really fun game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I already got them already, by the way, so you guys got to jump on that deal as well.
Exactly.
Trust me, those deals come in. If you follow a wonderful man on Twitter named Wario64 and of course Cheap Ass Gamer, they will make sure to give you the daily deals of everything. Just get your notifications set up. That's kind of how I find my deals. Yeah.
We'll do that right now.
There's a whole lot of Google out there.
Oh,
a whole lot of Google.
Yes.
So Stadia Pro, if anybody's playing that. Rise of the Tomb Raider and Thumper will be available January 1st through the 31st.
Oh, then okay, never mind. Rise, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rise.
I was like, hold on, they already gave that away. I was like, no,
no, that was the regular Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Xbox games with gold. They're having Jurassic World Evolution on Xbox One from up until January 15th. I already know we already talked about that.
My wife knows that.
Styx Shards of Darkness for Xbox One.
That's older. I played that. That's pretty good.
January 1st to January 31st. And Tekken 6 on Xbox 360, January 1st through the 15th.
Of course, Adam, the guy that likes Jump Force, is here to talk about that.
Already downloaded it.
Good.
You go ahead there.
That one. I'm not a big, I haven't played Tekken in a hot minute since like probably Tekken 2 or 3 on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So,
sure.
So I give it a go. If it's free, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mike, you'll appreciate this one. PS Plus is having Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection from January 6th to February 3rd. Also, same time, Goat Simulator.
That's also great. Besides, I think I'm always made fun of because the Uncharted that I hate is the one that everybody says is the best in the series. I don't like Uncharted 2 because it's the only game. I am not a violent person when it comes to video games. I have never thrown a controller. I've never broken a controller by throwing it or anything. I almost threw my controller through my TV playing Uncharted because of some of the movement. I swear to God, I was that close.
It's weird playing the Uncharted collection because I played it before it became free, of course.
Yeah.
And like it was like it's crazy to see like over time how much they was improving the engine that they was using for the game.
I mean, play Uncharted 4. Dude, the
Uncharted 4 was like beautiful and amazing, and I got through it easily.
It's easily my favorite Uncharted. Only
and
because
I love the twist and everything too. I love the Crash Bandicoot they put in there and stuff. It's great.
The thing that I loved about it, and me and Jonathan talked about it last week, was the Uncharted 4 had the pirate thing in it. The pirate thing in it was because him going to look for the pirates and going to look for all this older stuff. I love that.
I think I listened to like last episode, so definitely when I catch up and listen to it soon, I'll be able to hear all those things.
I love it, dude. I believe the Uncharted collection, this is the one with all three, the 1, 2, and 3, I believe. That came out in 2015 when I got my PS4 because I bought my PS4 with it, and I bought my PS4 because they had just announced something that's coming out in March that I'm very excited about, and it didn't come out until. That would be 5 years from that point. So I have now had my PS4 for 5 years, and I've been waiting for this goddamn game to come out. They announced Final Fantasy VII Remake in 2015. So
yeah, well, they screwed it up and they had to redo it again. They're kind of like
then they had to go back and revamp.
Yeah, to redo it again. Yeah, so I can get why, like, you know.
Yeah, which to be honest, I'm fine with because if it would have came out fucked up, like there was no turning around from that. But we can talk about that in a little while. Go ahead, John.
Yeah.
You were PS Plus. Was that it? Was that all you had?
Oh yeah, that was. Sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to me. Yeah, that was it. Just Goat Simulator and Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection.
I would like everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean Jonathan and Eric, to pay attention to Adam here. Does it look like he's playing a Switch right now?
I don't see anything flashing in front of his screen. Or his glasses.
Adam, just because you show us your hands doesn't mean your Switch is not laying on your table. Oh, okay.
Put your dick away.
Put your dick away. All right, cool.
I thought he just pointed down and it shows his dick.
Who's that bitch on your bed? Oh, no, it's your stuff.
That's just your dog. Okay.
My Switch is on the dock in the living room.
I forgot you're on a laptop, so your webcam is down. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, I decided to use my laptop to see if I get better audio.
All of us are like looking at our webcam, and you're just like looking down. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Are you shy or something? What's going on?
Jesus. So, gentlemen, let's go into a little bit of what we're playing. We don't want to go long in this segment. Just kind of give a little bit. Adam, go ahead and start with you, bud. What have you been playing?
I have been playing, and by playing is a very loose term. I started the prologue to Fire Emblems. The three houses.
Attaboy. I'm proud of you. Hold on. Are you Golden Deer?
So far, yeah. Like I told you earlier, I hadn't really gotten too far into it.
Oh, you haven't went any farther yet. Adam, nope. That was Tuesday. We are now Sunday.
I have 2 finals Monday.
Adam, none of that matters. I spent 82 hours in this game. It takes a while.
Your life doesn't matter.
Your life doesn't matter.
I have 450 questions I have to study for, so
Fire
Emblem can take a.
That's it.
Back.
Don't be a pussy.
That's fine. I totally understand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. But
you got a young brain though, so you should be able to cram those things in there quite nicely.
Yeah.
And play Fire Emblem.
It's not a problem. It's just I'd rather make sure I pass so I can enjoy Fire Emblem.
You're gonna pass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did the same thing with my CDL, man. When I went and got my CDL a couple weeks ago, which I did. Congratulations to Michael. Yes, I congratulated myself. I'm the only one that.
And the third person, by the way, folks. I want you to know that.
Yeah. Huh?
Third person.
He congratulated himself in the third person.
Yes, I did.
He's officially come full circle douche.
I have. Thank you. I mean, I have a beard. I don't drink White Claw though. I don't vape either.
Well, that's a bonus.
I don't vape.
A little bit of time.
I don't vape.
So, you don't vape?
I don't vape either.
No one has noticed. Adam hasn't vaped in the past 5 shows.
I was gonna say either Adam quit or Adam just didn't want to look like a douche on camera.
Listen, I haven't been on it like 3 shows.
Because you called him a douche every time he puffed on that.
I did. Because you would always hear it. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Jonathan, listen. Back when we used to go to a lot of conventions, Jonathan used to have some. He had a fierce. I believe it was one of the Mountain Dew flavors. It was like the fierce grape.
Grape Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Bro,
Dorito flavored.
One night we weren't skinny dipping, but we were in a fucking pool. I was in my drawers
girl
with fucking milk. I ain't gonna say her name.
Don't say her fucking name.
I'm not gonna say. I don't give a shit. I love Melody, but I said her name. But no, the Jonathan hit. Look, I don't smoke. I can't do it because, dude, I cough and I just look like a dumbass in front of people. So Jonathan had gave me something. I just got a taste of it, and it was like, oh my god, this shit tastes good. I would literally just.
Custom flavor, bro.
That shit was so good. You had 2 flavors. You had that. Yeah. You had that. And you had another one. The white grape was good too. Yeah, that shit was banging. But no, I hadn't even noticed you hadn't vaped in a while, Adam. I was gonna ask you about it the other day.
Congratulations, Adam.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I decided I wanted to
congratulate
quit
yourself in the third person.
You do.
Let me be honest, Adam. Can I ask a question? Did you stop because they up the age limit to 21 and you're 18?
Hey,
I mean, like, if that's the reason why, Adam, you just tell me and I'd be fine with it. It's not a big deal.
Adam, listen, if it's a problem, bro, if it's a problem, I'll buy it for you.
Yeah, I mean, like,
listen, listen,
like legal games man, anyway.
Listen, I got 1 for $5, 2 for $10. Okay, I got you, dude. I've been seeing those memes on Facebook, and I've been crying.
Like a strawberry muffin, we got you covered.
I've been seeing those memes on Facebook, and I've been crying about that shit.
Dude, I got ID'd for buying a scratch-off ticket yesterday.
You're gonna get ID'd a lot with that face.
And that was the first time in like a year. I'm like, wow.
But listen, the thing I'm gonna tell you is, the older you get, the more you want to get ID'd. That way, you don't realize how the fuck you're getting old, dude. With this long 12.5-inch motherfucker, I never get fucking ID'd anymore. I was with my mother-in-law today. My mother-in-law is 47. I am, of course, 30. They thought me and my mother-in-law were together. So they were just like, here, take this beer, enjoy yourself.
Legit, without like a while back in, well, like a couple of years back and everything, when I was in Gainesville, they ID'd my brother who was older than me, and then ID'd me. So it's
good. It's good to get ID'd sometimes, man. Just think about it that way.
It's not.
Listen, I'll tell you
I'm not heartbroken by it, but it's fine.
I'm not. If I'm in a bar, I want to get ID'd because that means you're doing your damn job. So I mean, I've got friends that are bartenders. My buddy Lewis will straight up tell you, like, yeah, bitch, I don't care if you look fucking 86, I'm IDing your ass, like straight up.
Yeah, that's what my first. Like, I've heard because I know good and damn well I look over 30 at this point. They're like, well, sir, you don't look over 40 yet. I'm like, thank you, baby.
They used to ID me when I was a cop, and legitimately, like every time I went in there to go buy something, and they thought it was a fucking sting or some shit. Like a cop coming in, I didn't ID him. Oh shit! Like they thought I was gonna do some shit.
Did they spit on
you?
You had
a uniform on, and you just go in there like,
fuck yeah, and a uniform on.
I deserve a beverage for freedom.
Jonathan gets free food. That's how he's gonna do things.
It was more like cigarettes and scratch offs, but whatever.
Did you smoke?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew you smoked
like
cigarettes.
2 packs a day, bro.
Were you smoking when I met you?
I'm out on those streets, Mike.
Were you smoking when I met you?
No, I quit by then. I quit when my daughter came around, and then I had to flare back up, and then I stopped.
Were you dipping when I met you?
Oh no, I never.
What were you? You were doing something when I met you, but it wasn't smoking, because it was like 2014.
Vaping.
It's probably vaping. That's probably what you were doing. Okay, I was gonna say I knew you were blowing some kind of sick clouds. I knew there was some kind of sick clouds in there.
All that vapor in my lungs.
Sonic Hill fucking missed.
Adam, hop back into what? Let's get back on target. God damn it, Adam.
Stay on target, buddy.
Stay on target, buddy. You're doing wonderful. All right. So what were you talking about? What were you talking about? You started Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblems, and then I on the way back from Georgia, I was messing around with Switcher a little bit.
Little Switcher there. And here, you know what? I'll let you say it. How do you feel on it before we start? I think we've had the conversation, but how do you feel on it before we go? And I'll tell you how I feel. I
will finish the game on the Xbox to get the story and everything, but it's fun to have it on the Switch when I'm out and about just to kill things. So how I feel about it, Eric, you have it as well, right? But you haven't started it on Switch.
I have it on Switch. I haven't even opened a box for it, but I wanted to buy it because I want to show support.
Right, and that's kind of why I got it as well, to show support for CD Projekt, because them and Ninja Theory are now like my two favorite freaking studios. But because I'm also obsessed with the Witcher with the Witcher worlds, and I just got done reading all the books not too long ago.
By the way, I just started the first one. The audiobook.
It's wonderful. I think really have I explained to you how everything works? God, you're gonna get me on a fucking tangent. But the first and second book are basically short stories of so Sword of Destiny, I believe it is Sword of Destiny and The Last Wish. So you're reading The Last Wish. The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny are two short stories that are showing you building characters. They're building characters for you. They're building Ciri. They're building Yennefer. They're building Geralt. They're building other characters. The story of Ciri and Geralt and Yennefer really doesn't start, honestly, until Blood of Elves, which is your third book. Then there's 5 books. So there's three. Hold on. Book 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are your books that you're going to, I think that's right, are your big story books, and you're gonna end off with the Lady of the Lake, which is how you're gonna find out about Ciri and all that good stuff and what happens with her. And then
is Blood of Elves the first one? Because it said online Blood of Elves was the first one.
No, Blood of Elves is the first book that you're reading. Which book are you reading right now?
I bought Last Wish, and then it said online that Blood of Elves was the first one.
Yes, The Last Wish is the first book that was ever wrote. Is the first book that Andrei Sapkowski ever wrote. That is just a short story book, but that is in all honesty, that is what you should start with, just because of the factor of it builds characters for you. Then go into Sword of Destiny, and then go into which I believe is the second book. Whatever the second book is after The Last Wish, I believe it's called Sword of Destiny. It came out right after The Last Wish. Check on that. But Blood of Elves is the third book. Start there. And that is where... So once you get to Blood of Elves, that's when it starts your whole 5-book series of telling you the whole story of Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer. And it's an amazing series, man. Check it out. I'm telling you, I want more people to check it out so I can talk with more people about it. And you'll understand more of the show. And you'll see why I love it so much. I mean, I see people talking shit about it. I've been seeing people talk so much shit about it, about the reviews, it getting a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Just because they don't understand the time switchings and shit.
And, exactly. And it's kind of like the director said. The director came out on Twitter last week when the show came out and said simply, I didn't make this show for critics, I made this show for the fans, and it's a simple process. And I was so glad she said that, because it's true, because the fans, most of us, I'll say, love it. Yeah, I loved every fucking bit of it. Me and my wife sat down here, and I was like, and it was times where we watched it together, but I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm finishing this without you. Like, I can't not finish this. This is my shit. I have to finish this. So it was, it's amazing, man. I'm glad you're reading it. Adam's reading it as well, actually.
I'm having a hard time with the narrator. He's
given
Peter
Geralt. Kinney? No,
Peter Kinney's good, man.
Peter Kinney's amazing,
Geralt
bro.
kind of
actor.
Lisp.
No,
well, he didn't give Geralt a growl like you think, but
here's the thing.
It's weird.
But it's, you know why it's weird? Because you had never heard that before. Because you're hearing Geralt as Geralt is in the games. You're not hearing Geralt as and that's not the way you need to think. You need to think this is how Geralt is supposed to sound. Is the way Peter Kinney made him sound. Because dude, it's Peter, and you're gonna hear that for
Peter Kinney
is amazing.
Very accurate.
He is. I love him.
Got a great voice.
And you know what I love?
That's another podcast we should do.
Dude, I really honestly think we should do an audiobook podcast.
That would be great.
Because it's simply like this, bro. I love what Peter Kinney does because he puts a voice to every character. It's not the same goddamn voice the whole time, and it's making you like, okay, what is this person saying? What is this person saying? No, Peter Kinney's giving you female voices. He's giving you male voices. He's giving you monster voices. He's giving you everything, dude. It's amazing. I love Peter Kinney doing that shit.
And that's a difficult thing to do as voice actor. Like, legitimately, it is.
To switch up like that, yes, I wouldn't doubt that. Just keep switching and keep switching. Yeah, I mean, he's in a studio setting, I'm sure, doing that. But I mean,
no, he probably has his own recording equipment at home.
Well, I think he's actually in a studio setting because it's published by someone, and I believe that when I read, because I actually said I have seen him do stuff at home because I've watched videos of him doing stuff at home, and he might have done one of the books at home or something. I did see him doing. He did say he did one of the books in a studio. But I love Peter Kinney, man. He's awesome. Adam, you'll get used to it. What it's going to happen?
I'm 7 hours into it, so I'm kind of used to it now, or as it is. Yeah. But it was at the very beginning, that first chapters or whatever. Like I said, I had this weird lisp to Geralt, and it was weird.
I think Eric got drunk. But yeah,
but it's good. I'm listening to the devil part right now.
I just started it, and I got probably 12 pages in, and it threw me off at first because all of a sudden we're in one place and we're in the other, and then we're in the other place, and I wasn't sure how that was going about.
Oh,
until I thought, Netflix.
Little beer there, I see you.
Stella Artois?
I can't. Yeah, it's still alcohol, Adam. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Adam. Some of us are still allowed to drink.
Listen, I was a bartender at one point in my life.
Yeah, I mean,
you were old enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, past life? Because you're 12?
Past life?
No, guys.
I worked during the Prohibition.
Guys, Adam didn't tell you, but Adam worked at the Wild World of Coke as a bartender. He just didn't tell you that. So he was divvying out the Fanta and things of that nature that they have at the Coke place over there at
it was still in
at Epcot. At Epcot.
So I was a Coke tender.
Beer. Yes.
Yeah.
You can put that on your resume when cocaine becomes illegal.
You could.
I was a Coke tender.
So, hopping back into this, Jonathan.
Can we get back to what we're supposed to talk about?
Yes, I'm trying. Right. I'm really trying. This show perfectly matches how we talk. But yes, but I'm glad you're reading it, and Adam's reading it as well. It's wonderful. I did the audiobooks and it worked out well. Peter Kinney's amazing. Adam, you'll get into it. Okay, so this is how I feel about Switcher. I feel the same way that Adam does. It's a marvel, if you will, if you want to call it that. It is a marvel that my Switch Lite can play The Witcher 3 with all DLC, with everything. And it's amazing. You know, it's a great thing to have. It's a great thing on the go to have. Here's what I wish. I wish they would have done what Divinity Original Sin 2 did and let you do Steam saves. I wish they would have had Steam saves, because that way I could just take that fucking save and go wherever I wanted to on the go. I've honestly thought about knowing CD Projekt would probably never see my email, but just sending an email, because you never know, shit like that could happen, you know. So I thought about doing that just to see if somebody could see that, to see if maybe it's a porting problem or if they could do it. But just throw an idea, and I'm sure they've probably actually thought about that. So I'm sure.
Like, Nintendo gives people the flexibility to do what they want. Right. This generation, you know.
I mean, look at Divinity. I mean, Divinity Original Sin 2 came out on that day and people have said multiple times they'll leave off on their computer, pick up their Switch, go play Divinity, and bam, they're right back into what they got.
Yeah, and they even did like game invites stuff like that too. Like a lot of things, like Nintendo just let just developers go, like voice chat and other things that they didn't let happen last generation. They definitely let happen this generation. So I commend Nintendo for that. So I just hope they would do it. If they do it with The Witcher as well, I'd be happy with it, you know. But
yeah,
I haven't started it yet because I got some other games. I got a ton of other games I'm playing. But
like I told you, play it on PC. It's better to play it on PC. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want just like some Witcher time out and about, you're thinking about it and you want to play, yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, but my weird thing is if I play it on the Switch, I know it's not gonna look the best in the world, but I know I can play it anytime I want to.
Yes, you can.
So that's the weird thing that's about it. Yeah. Even though, yes, I got this really expensive computer and things can look very scrumptious on this. And that's gonna suck to know that like I can play Witcher. Because look, I went from playing Overwatch on my Switch to playing on my PC. And when you go from 30 frames, 60 frames a second to ultra settings, you definitely feel the difference.
Oh yeah, and dude, it don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's a marvel. It's an amazing port. I bought it to show support as well. I think it's great. I think what I love the most about it is have you opened the box, Eric?
No, I have not.
Okay, when you open the box, there's a little message in there from CD Projekt Red. Read that shit. I love every single bit of game companies doing that. They give there's a little card in there, and it says it's a little message from CD Projekt like thanking you for buying that, and it's like it's actually kind of heartfelt. Like I'm not playing. Like it's actually like it kind of hit me. I was like, oh, I actually feel like you were actually thanking me for that. Like it was really cool, and I wish more game developers would do shit like that. But
because it costs money to get the cartridge and everything. I don't know if Nintendo cut a deal with them or not, but you know, because it is a 32 gigabyte cartridge, by the way.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
you know,
and they fit it on 32 but like it's all of the games, like all the expansion packs and everything,
all the DLC, it's everything. And the bad part about it is like Blood and Wine and the 2 DLC packs that came out, the 2 expansions, if you will, are games on their own, dude. They're like 40 hours alone. Like they're amazing. So yeah, dude, that's all I'll say about it. Go check it out. I've talked about The Witcher enough on this goddamn show.
Okay, I trust me. I listened to some past ones. I totally understand. I appreciate it for that.
Dude, it's when people like John are into Star Wars and people who want to live in those worlds, or I got friends of mine that are into Lord of the Rings that want to live in those worlds, and mine is I want to go live in the Northern Realms. Like I want to go. I love that, dude. That's what I'm thinking about all the time.
With all the bad things that happen to you, still want to live in that.
Yes. I want to go be a fucking Witcher, dude. I love it, dude. It's awesome. So, Adam, I'm sorry. Did that really finish you up? I know you've been in school stuff a lot, so did that really finish you up?
Yeah, that and trying to coax my stupid computer into any kind of life.
I'm trying to help you with that. It's not working very well, but
it's literally just wait until I start working and have money.
Adam, we will figure it out together. So, John, let's go ahead and move on to you, John. What have you been playing recently?
I played a little Apex Legends. Tried to get into Witcher 2, and I can't get the damn thing to work. But I actually started playing The Order 1886 that we talked about.
I love
PS4. Is it on PC?
Yeah. PS4.
PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played that a long time ago. I love that storyline.
So the storyline's great.
We talked about it last week. It got so badly rated, and the game is so good.
And I get why. And I don't think it's justified.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, sure.
Not even like the controls aren't like, wow, this is great gameplay. No, this is a linear path. Could almost be a rail at some point, and you're playing for the story, and the story is fantastic. Everything's beautiful, cinematic. I don't care that the shooting is not that great, or
I love
the spawn isn't that great. It's a lovely game. I'm really surprised at how shitty it got rated, and I wish I'd played it before. Especially like Nikola Tesla and all that shit in there.
Everything's in there, dude.
That's cool as fuck.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's all I've been really playing is that.
Okay.
So trying to catch up my library.
Good. Hey, you have until the beginning of March to do that. So there you go. Eric, go ahead, my friend. What have you been hopping on there?
So for me, actually been Bloodstain.
A little Ritual of the Night.
Ritual of the Night. Yes, I got the bad ending, of course, because I know like in the old Castlevanias, you fight Belmont, but you actually you don't supposed to actually kill him, you're supposed to kill something that's controlling him.
Switch edition.
So they did the same thing in in this game right here, of course. So
are you on the Switch on this one?
No. So I'm actually on Xbox because it came out on Xbox for free. And I knew the Switch port wasn't running that well.
Are you playing Ritual of the Night or the new one? Or you're playing it on Game Pass? Okay.
I'm playing on Game Pass, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm playing, yeah. So I got that. I've been playing Pokemon as well. I got all the badges. I got to face the final guy and everything. So I'm pretty close on that one. And of course, I've been playing Overwatch. And I just downloaded Apex Legends and stuff on my PC. So I'm just going to try to get in some other different things as well. Just on PC now because I got, like I said, I got a nice box. So
awesome. I have not really been playing. Mainly just replaying Witcher 3 like the other 100,000 people in the world. That actually came out this week. That is super fucking cool, I love it. I loved it, and CD Projekt had to know that. They had to know that was going to happen. I mean, of course. I'm replaying it like the other 100,000 people are in the world, and there's 100,000 concurrent players at all times on that game right now on Steam, and. Right. That's it. There's more players right now than there were when it launched in 2015, and that's fucking awesome.
Konami's feeling that sting from because they're not doing Castlevania right now.
But I also beat the first Tomb Raider because I never beat the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider. I never beat it. I went back and beat it. That was a wonderful story. I cannot wait to move into Rise of the Tomb Raider because for some reason I never got into Tomb Raider and I really wanted to. It was like me and Jonathan actually talked about some series that we always liked but never got into a while back, and that was one of mine. That and Metroid, I believe, was my other one. So I
really never played any of the Prime series.
I've never played any of the Prime series. That's why I've been waiting for the Prime trilogy to hit the Switch, and they actually just came out and announced today that this was actually out today. Check my Twitter. There's 2 Wii U ports in the works right now for the Switch that were never known about, that were just announced today, and nobody will tell you. I'm gonna guess if it's my guess, it's Witcher, or not Witcher, but Metroid Prime trilogy and probably Wind Waker HD is what I'm guessing.
But I was like, I've always thought that Metroid Prime trilogy could get ported over because they've been talking about it for forever, So I get the Wii U had some a short lifespan, so they're gonna try to get all those games over at some point. So they can always just go and grab a game. They can go and grab Mario 3D Land.
Dude, I just beat my first game that I ever beat on my Wii U probably 2 months ago. I beat Super Mario 3D World and loved every single bit of that game. I loved 3D World.
Love that game too, but I would love for it to come out on the Switch. I agree. I didn't even get Mario Deluxe.
Neither
came out
because I've got it on my Wii U, so I don't need it.
Yeah, so same thing with me too. I didn't care for the side scrolling gimmicks. I wanted the 3 asymmetric game instead because I love the Cat Mario deal they had going on.
I want to see what they're porting, and I mean, I'm playing a little bit of Pokemon Shield as well. I've got on my 8th badge, I believe, right now. And that's really. Also, you guys don't know this, but for the other day, did you guys remember Shaq Fu?
Yes. Yeah.
So they made another game, and it's out on the Switch, and it was $4.99 at Best Buy, and I bought it, and it's not horrible. It is hilarious.
That is not the way to sell a game to somebody.
It's not.
You remember Shaq Fu? Well, they made another hilarious game.
It is. It's hilarious, dude. It's fucking fun, dude. It breaks the fourth wall in so many ways. They talk about it in the game, and like you can play as Obama in the game. Like it's funny shit like that. Like Shaq did all his own voiceovers, and it's funny stuff like they break the fourth wall. Like Shaq starts. There's like a song that sounds like Billie Jean comes on, and Shaq's like, hold on. That's not Billie Jean. And the guy that's with him, which is his master of Kung Fu or whatever, is like, oh yeah, we didn't get enough on the Kickstarter to license music. Like it just breaks the fourth wall with stuff like that, and I love it, dude. It's great.
That is nice,
It's hilarious to get that shit. I mean, so I've been playing a little bit of that as well. Really haven't been playing much. Just little stuff. Trying to, like Jonathan said, trying to get the backlog ready before March, because March hits. It's gonna be fucking balls to the wall.
That's
so
real.
we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna go ahead and hop into that, guys. So how this most anticipated is gonna work. Adam, are you sure you're not playing Switch?
No.
So how
I'm
this
playing with something, but it's not a Switch.
Please.
Okay.
No geysers, buddy.
But we
no
geysers.
Well, I mean, just remember, if you shoot yourself in the eye, buddy, we can see it, and this is a video episode. So,
Careful.
One last thing. I have been playing Mario Odyssey.
I have not even started that. I haven't even started that.
I enjoyed it.
I finished it, but
the reliance on the Joy-Con is weird.
Yeah. I just haven't unlocked all the other stars. So they got like you get a certain amount of stars. There's like even crazier levels. Like I think it's called a dark moon or whatever, like the darkest moon or something weird. Like so, like I just haven't gotten to that point yet. But I love Mario Odyssey. It's definitely a good one.
I haven't even started it yet. I have it. I just haven't even started. And then, see, that's what I've heard. I've always heard people say it reminded them a lot of Mario 64. Mario 64 is one of my favorites. We still play that in my house all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, how this is going to work is we're going to go through each month, and we're going to talk about the games that we know about so far from 2020. And then, so what I'll do is I'll go through a month. I'll tell you all the games that are coming out in that month, and then we can talk about pretty much them and see who's waiting for what. All right, so we'll go ahead and start up. So in Europe on January 3rd, we got Dr. Kawashi's brain training, Kawishima's brain training. I forgot. This was an old DS. This is an old DS game, and they made another one of those. It's only coming out in Europe, by the way. Monster Hunter World Iceborne expansion for PC on January 9th. It's already out for PS4. It's been out for PS4 for a while. The Blind Prophet for PC January 10th. Atelier Dust Trilogy Deluxe Pack. Don't know what that is. That's PC, PS4, Switch January 14th. Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore, which is also another Wii U port that came over. It's kind of a what's the game, Persona type, if you will, that's on Switch on January 17th. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, PC, PS4, Xbox One January 17th. That is the Dragon Ball Z RPG.
Which looks fun.
It looks fun, but I think it's going to be a bad. I'm Adam. I'm sorry. I hope it is really good for your sake, because Jump Force screwed you. But I personally, I'm going to finish this list, and then I'm going to tell you how listen. Anime games are almost all bad games. I'm sorry, but they are, and I love every single bit of them. There's usually bad games. They're usually like some kind of 3D arena fighter or 2D arena fighter, or just something they're stupid. Thank God they're doing something good with this, because Dragon Ball Z Fighters was actually a really good game from what I heard from people. So
it was a beautiful game.
That's from what I heard. I mean, it's
a fighting game,
and it's at Evo.
Really like those.
Yeah. So we got Mega Man Zero Legacy Collection for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch on January 21st. Moons of Madness for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on January 21st. Jonathan's played that. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC will be out on PS4 and Xbox One January 23rd, 25th. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition on the 23rd. Journey to the Savage Planet on the 28th. That is made by the company that Google just bought. Google Stadia now has a AAA company. What's this company called? Typhoon Studios. Warcraft 3 Reforged. That is the remake of Warcraft 3. That is on January 28th. Pillars of Eternity 2, January 28th on the Xbox One. Let's see if there's anything other big here. There's nothing really big here else. So the only one I see here we should probably really talk about, or maybe a couple. Maybe if anybody's excited for... so the big ones I see are Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, and probably Warcraft 3 remake probably is the big ones here, and also Journey to the Savage Planet. So is anybody on this list really anticipating anything? I guess Adam, we'll start with you, even though I already know your answer here. I'm really not, honestly, I'm not anticipating anything out of this list right here.
So I am interested in, Kakarot, because it's, I've played countless Dragon Ball Z's throughout the year, and it's just rehashing of the same storyline, and I love every minute of it. But because this is more of an open world RPG rather than just a linear fighter, I'm looking forward to it and see what they do with it. With One Piece World Seeker, when that came out, not a huge One Piece fan. I know Courtney is, but that was a fun game to play.
And for people's sake that love Dragon Ball Z, I really honestly hope it is good, especially because it is an RPG and you'll have quests and all that good stuff. From what I heard from people from press from the UI, or for the UI was horrible. Eric, you enjoying that beer over there, ain't you, boy? That's nice. It looks tasty. It looks juicy there.
Sucking it down.
I'm into it. Like y'all guys are talking. Let me.
You was into it there. But yeah, the rest of the Dragon Ball Z games, like you said, it's always a rehash, and that's all anime games. Like My Hero wasn't horrible, but it's another one of those. The One Punch game is not horrible, but it's another one of those. I mean, of course, it hasn't came out yet, but actually, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But Tokyo,
and then there's Fairy Tail game later down in the March segment. They're doing something different with that. So I think they're starting to take anime games and trying to do little bit different things.
Is that Fairy Tail game coming out in March? Is that the one that's made by the Dynasty Warriors people? That's not. Is that the one that's, or did that one come out a couple years ago?
I
think that's the one that came out a couple years ago from Koei Tecmo. Like it was kind of like Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule.
No, that's this one. This Koei Tecmo.
And Hyrule Warriors. Okay, yeah, that one's that's going to be. You already know what that is if you play Dynasty Warriors. It's the same type of game.
It's not.
If it's Koei Tecmo, yes, it is. I can promise you.
Then it's not
Koei Tecmo. Then it's not Koei Tecmo.
I'm looking at it right now, dude.
Finish your statement so I can prove you wrong.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm looking.
Fairy Tail, Koei Tecmo.
He's an intern.
Oh, it's Fairy Tail, not One Piece. Maybe it's One Piece. Maybe it's One Piece I'm thinking about. I had that.
The One Piece part 4.
The One Piece. That's
Bandy.
probably the one I'm thinking about. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, Fairy Tail. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
But going back up, Kakarot. I'll play it. It's probably gonna be the same, whatever, and I'll still enjoy it.
I can replay that story over and over again. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just like video game movies, though. They're pretty much all trash, except for a few diamonds in the rough. You know what I mean? And,
I love Xenoverse 1 and 2. I still play Xenoverse 2.
I thought their unique story on Xenoverse with the whole Trunks thing was kind of lame. That's just me, because it didn't. But then again, it didn't really tell a story too much. It did, but it didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So that's I didn't care for it. I did like it.
I like the what if motif to everything.
Right.
What happened if this and that? So that was kind of interesting. But it was still just...
It made for a lot of good battles, and it explained why you would be fighting that. But other than that, nah. I think for this Kakarot game, I'm definitely going to wait at least a couple weeks to get a feel of it. Because I'm not buying that straight out the gate for $65.
Oh, shit, dude. This is gonna I'm sorry, that going back to that Fairy Tail game. This is an actual RPG with guilds in it and guilds and shit. Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. Go. Okay, so this is Koei. That's fucking weird, dude. Because Koei Tecmo is the people that always do they always do the Dynasty Warriors type games like Hyrule Warriors and
I love Hyrule Warriors, and
Hyrule Warriors is actually a really good game. Eric about to fall asleep. I'd fall asleep again. Getting old, boy. It hurts. I know.
That alcohol.
If you can't make it, man, you can't make it. I know. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I was once. I mean, I remember when I was that old. It's okay. And I remember back in my day.
Remember when you were that old? So dumb.
I don't like. It's just it's loving this.
Okay. So, Eric, are you looking forward to anything in January?
In January, no, not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's of course quite a lot of games that's coming out and stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 3 and definitely The Last of Us 2. But those are my main games I'm really thinking about. Oh, and Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Like my big one. But other than that, it's like not. I mean, but there's nothing really coming out like in the forefront right now that I care about. Honestly.
Yeah, there's really not much coming out until March anyway.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm definitely gonna legit be like you're saying. I'm just gonna be catching up on games. So
let's head on to February here. We'll go on to February and we're looking at. Let's see. Let me look through this list.
Really. I know there's not any AAAs coming out then.
Oh yeah, well I mean, there is kind of. Dreams is hitting. Dreams is actually coming out of early access on PS4 for people. That's the one where people can go in there.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on with Dreams because there's a lot of cool things people made with it. I don't understand how it works, but it sounds fun.
I don't know if you know this or not, but they're actually doing an awards for it. There's going to be like awards for people that have been doing it the whole time. It's going to be pretty fucking cool. They got let me see, that Iron Man VR for the PSVR is coming out in February. And then One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows will be out on February 28th. That's really the only big ones I see in that month there. Anybody? And let's move on to March. March is the big one. Oh God, did we? Oh, I thought we lost Eric.
Lost Eric.
I thought we lost him. Oh God,
Okay.
bro, if you want to go to bed, we understand.
I try,
buddy.
Okay, all right.
You see me just pass out on the mic and everything.
Hey, you know what? I'll leave you there,
we'll start
dude.
fucking with you.
I will wake you up. I will wake you up when it's time.
If I'm halfway through it and everything, I'll leave the call.
You'll wake up and nobody will be there. You'll be the only one in the call. So March is my big time. March is my exciting time. First, March 3rd. I want everybody to know this is mainly throwing shots at you, Jonathan. Well, actually, you know what? Not you only. I mean, Adam's here too. My birthday is March 8th, just to give you guys a little heads up. So Final Fantasy VII Remake's hitting March 3rd. And it's the game I've been waiting for. I can't wait for it. It's going to be exciting. We also have Ori and the Will of the Wisps on March 11th, Neo 2 on March 13th, My Heroes 1 Justice 2. I didn't even know they were making another one of those on March 13th. Animal Crossing New Horizons on March 20th. The Fairy Tale game that Adam was talking about on March 20th, Doom Eternal on March 20th, Doom 64 on March 20th, Bleeding Edge, which is that Ninja Theory kind of Overwatch type, on March 24th, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 on March 27th, Persona 5 Royal on March 31st, and that's really it. It's a big month, man. That's a big month.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a real big month. Final Fantasy VII Remake's probably my biggest out of there, and of course, maybe I'm gonna play Doom Eternal, but I'm hoping Jonathan will buy it. I know Jonathan will buy it on Steam so that I can play it later.
Mike, you know what? I'm gonna do you a solid, okay? For your birthday, I'm gonna buy Final Fantasy VII, play it, and then I'm gonna give it to you after.
No, it's not gonna happen because I'm gonna play it day one. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna play it day one. So that's that.
I tried.
You did try. I thank you for trying.
I didn't put a lot of effort into it, but
hey, you didn't. April's another big month, guys. April, we got Eric was just talking about, is Resident Evil 3 on April 3rd. Cyberpunk 2077 on April 16th. A new Naruto game, I guess, is on the 24th. Predator Hunt. No, that is there's Ninja Storm 4. We got Predator Hunting Grounds.
Releasing Ninja Storm 4?
Is Ninja Storm 4 has it been out for a while?
Yes. I mean,
yeah, Ninja Storm 4 has been out for a minute.
Okay, I don't know. I don't like Naruto, so I don't know. I'm not a Naruto fan. Predator Hunting Grounds on April 24th. Gears Tactics only on the PC. I can't wait for that one on April 28th, and then Minecraft Dungeons on it doesn't even give me a date, but it's in April. Gears Tactics I'm looking forward to in that month, and of course Resident Evil 3, and then of course Cyberpunk is that one's a given. Adam, are you saying anything?
So you're gonna love this. The new Sword Art game.
When?
22nd
Of
May.
Really? Is that on? That might be on this list. It is not on this list.
You're in April still, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in April, but that's
why.
But
yeah,
that's
I'm on. What list are you on?
He went straight into April. I think that's where.
I'm on VG 24/7.
Okay.
But I know I didn't see that. But Sword Art's another one of my series of games that I love playing. I have them all here. So hopping into May, we got Marvel's Avengers on May 15th, which honestly, I'm probably the biggest comic book person here, and it's not. I don't think I'm gonna wait on that, and I'm gonna see where it goes. I don't know where it's gonna go. Wasteland 3 on May 19th. The game I've been waiting for, Maneater, is coming out on May 22nd. That is GTA, Shark GTA, if you will. Shark RPG is what they're calling it. Last of Us Part 2, May 29th. Fast and Furious Crossroads on May 29th. I don't see a world where this game is not anything but mediocre.
Yeah.
And that's really it. And then New World is that new Amazon MMO that they were talking about. They showed at, I believe they just showed that not too long ago. Going into early 2020, let's see if there's anything here, guys. We'll go back and talk about some of this stuff in a little bit. I'm not seeing anything here for early. Let's go into Q3 in spring and summer. This is, like I said, this comes from VG 24/7. Dying Light 2 will be in spring. Phantasy Star Online 2 will be out in spring, North America. Let's see. Ghost of Tsushima obviously will be out sometime in the summertime. That's pretty exciting. I can't wait for that one. Moving into Q4, we'll have Axiom Verge 2 will be out in the fall. Halo Infinite will be out obviously in the holiday. We'll have a PS5 console launch. We have an Xbox Series X console launch. Godfall, which is the first game they announced for PS5. And of course, sometime hopefully in 2020 we'll get Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
That should be Q1, I think.
It should be, but I think it's going to hit later in the year.
Well, I'm sure it will.
They said I think they said they weren't done with it. Man, I just got a freaking thing from cheap. I'm right there. Watch Dogs Legion, Gods and Monsters, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Streets of Rage 4, Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall is that game from Platinum. All the Yakuzas.
This System Shock reboot going to be coming out this year, or is that? I thought they said 2020.
I think it's 2020. I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jonathan, this year is 2020, man.
Well, in general, 2020. That didn't mean like 2021. You know what I mean?
No, I believe it is 2020. Bravely Default 2 for the Switch in 2020 or sometime this year. Let's see who else we got here. Doom Eternal Wolf is coming to the Switch eventually. Outer Worlds is coming to the Switch eventually. Sometime soon. Yeah, guys. So that's really looking like all we really know right now. That's looking that we know of.
Did you say Disintegration?
No, I didn't even see that on the list. I know that's coming out. I remember seeing that at E3. I didn't see that on the list here, but Disintegration looked, from what I heard, looked fun, but I don't know if it's gonna live long. It's a small studio. I don't know if it's gonna live that long, but it looks it looked fun. It's from the original Halo developers. There it is. I'm sorry, there is Disintegration. Yeah, we had Disintegration there. Chivalry 2 will be out this year sometime. Let's see here. Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated will be out this year. A little SpongeBob there for you if you're an old SpongeBob fan. Digimon Survive will be out. So yeah, guys, I mean, we're getting a bunch of stuff here. Guys, let's go into talking about some stuff we're anticipating here, and we're getting big things. So so Eric, since you're a guest, let's go ahead and start with you. You've already talked a little bit about it. Tell us again what you're really anticipating this year, and what do you think is going to happen, like when it comes console time. Like start talking about the games you're anticipating, but then going into console time. How are you thinking?
All right, so I definitely think Doom Eternal is going to be one of my top ones because I'm a big fan of that right there. I'm a big fan of. I mean, I finished it on like Xbox and I think on like PC apparently. Like I got it on Switch too because that's what I love.
Doom 2016.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah,
that's great.
But, so of course I think everybody's looking for the Final Fantasy remake, but that's been my top two thus so far.
Yeah. That's gonna be exciting, man. I can't wait for that remake. That remake's God. I mean, they've been working on it so long. You know, it's kind of one of the things. What about you, John?
I mean, Last of Us Part 2 is obviously like top of my list, number one game I want to play. But there's like I want to play the Disintegration game. I feel like it's going to be good. And I know I talk shit about Predator Hunting Grounds, but some of the stuff I've seen on it recently looks fucking good.
A lot of the press said it was fun. They had an event about a month ago, and it might have been a couple months ago, and they said a lot of the press said it was a blast to play, really fun to play.
Some of that early shit that came on, like graphically, it didn't look right, and it was just because it was in early stages. But I mean, it looks great now, man. Like, I definitely want to play it. But I think the other really big one would be like Hellblade 2. I think, and Resident Evil remake.
Hellblade 2 is gonna be a big one for me. Like, it's Senua's Sacrifice was probably one of the biggest games I've played in the last 2 years that have been like hit me hard. I love that game. Adam, what about you, bud?
Right there with John. Last of Us 2. I mean, that game came out of nowhere for me for when I first played Last of Us, because I got it on PlayStation 3 and fell in love, and I've been anxiously waiting for this game to come out.
Yeah, it's
such an easy game to pick back up.
It is.
It's got some super replayability because you just want to hear that story again. It's like Star Wars.
It is, man. It's so fun to just hop into, and I can't wait. I mean, you got that. For me, it's probably Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm actually going to play Resident Evil 3. I have not played the older one. I have watched somebody play it. I have never played it.
Pretty good, by the way.
I know. I actually remember. I remember illegally having it on the Dreamcast from someone that my family knew, that very well. Not gonna throw any names or elbows. Anywhere. But I mean, it was just saying. But no, I remember having that and Dino Crisis. Actually, I played Dino Crisis on Eric's Dreamcast. Actually, that's kind of where I fell in love with Dino Crisis.
I hope that's a real thing, by the way.
I hope it is too. I really honestly still believe that they are just upping that license, that way nobody can steal it. But I'm praying to God they make a remake of it and do the Resident Evil 2 remake for that. Yeah, guys. So I mean, we got big games coming out. I mean, next year we're gonna be talking like Game of the Year time's gonna be hard because you're gonna be having you're gonna have Ghost of Tsushima, you're gonna have Cyberpunk 2077, Resident Evil 3. I can probably tell your top 5 or your 6. Resident Evil 3, Cyberpunk, probably Last of Us Part 2, probably Resident Evil 7 remake because the remake's gonna be really good, and probably I wouldn't doubt Doom's gonna be up there for right now. I mean, I would say I know a lot of people that are excited for Animal Crossing. Eric, do you get into Animal Crossing at all?
Yeah, I'm getting Animal Crossing.
Are you?
It's just because it's portable now, so I think I'd be able to jump on it.
I've never been into Animal Crossing at all. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know why. I just never been into the whole Animal Crossing scene.
Understandable.
It's a really, I don't want to say it's a hard game to get into because obviously it's not. If a child can get into it, you can. It's just it's just one of the things where it's like, do I want to farm all day? You know,
it's almost a niche market. You know what I mean? Like,
it has its fans. Like the bad part about it is like it's one of Nintendo's biggest fucking franchises. It's one of their biggest IPs. Yeah. So yeah, guys, is there? I mean, do you guys see anything on this list that you really want to discuss more?
If I had a VR, I would love to play Half-Life Alyx. Like, that game looks fucking delicious, as Erica's coined.
Yes.
But, I mean, I'm never going to play it because I'm not going to get a VR set.
Scrumptious, if you will.
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious. Eric says scrumptious.
Slurpee.
I would like to thank you, Eric. You actually got me in trouble at the hospital a couple weeks ago. As I was walking around, there was a nurse there, and one of the nurses had said something to me, and me and one of the guy nurses were talking in the one of the areas in the hospital, and he said something about juicy, and I was like, That made me think about something because now I start calling people juicy instead of maybe a little bit heftier now. Yeah. So I want to thank you for that because I almost got in trouble because of that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. So yeah, guys, those are big games we got coming out next year. 2020 or next year, I guess this year. 2020 is gonna be a big year. Jonathan, I really think you should buy this Iron Man VR and let me come over and play it.
With my virtual reality.
With your PSVR, yes, because I do not have one.
On PSVR. I'm just
no, it works on. It's only PSVR. It's launching on PlayStation. So it's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait, man. Guys, I think since Eric's ready to go to bed, so we're gonna go ahead and probably. I can see. I'll tell you what. Hey, look. Before it's time for you, I'll tell you what. Before it's time for you to go, Eric, go ahead and plug your show one more time and say bye to the people, and then you can go ahead and take off and go to bed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Drunk Eric.
He sounded drunk.
And he's asleep. No.
And he's out. He's almost out.
I'm going to do this right here instead. I'm just like doing this. But yeah, Offensive Line Podcast, of course, folks. So iTunes, Stitcher, so on and so forth.
Eric, thanks for joining us, man. I know it's late. I know it's late for you, man. The older you get, I know it's harder to stay up with us, with us young gents. Even though you're not much older than I am.
I'm like a couple years older, but yeah, it's just I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, probably. I've been about 9, so I got about 4 hours on you. So, but I feel you, man. I know how it gets. Some nights when we sit here and record late, we're falling asleep in the middle of the shit too. It's just it sucks. But the bad part about it is it's easier for us to do it now than it is for us to do it in the morning time when we're fucking irritable and irritated and fucking everything because we just woke up. It's just much easier to do it at nighttime. But we thank you for coming, and do me a favor, text me tomorrow about when you find out from Zach.
I'm definitely home, so I'll do that for you.
And I will let you know, and if not, then I will definitely be on a show with you, when we'll go ahead and book a time if you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds wonderful.
We'll definitely be on this month.
Okay, man.
Hey, Eric, do you want to hear a fun fact before you leave?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Adam's actually doing... Is he doing fun facts?
So, fun fact, Nintendo 64 GoldenEye, it was developed by 10 people, and 8 of which had never worked on a video game before.
Well, there you go.
That is a fucking cool fact.
That is a really cool fact.
You know, that's why I like this guy.
Eric, go to bed.
Go to fucking sleep.
I should have said that. I'm sorry, he's a piece of shit. My bad.
Thanks,
Okay.
buddy.
Go to sleep, dude. We'll holler at you later.
And I said, that's not a toaster.
Oh.
You're so fucking dumb.
I guess we're back. So you guys may notice that we're one person short. The Titty Meats themselves was getting very tired while we were doing this, and possibly may have had a little bit of drink there. That might have been the drink hitting him, but it's also
a little intoxicated.
No, I mean he might have been. I don't know. It is 1:15 in the morning, so he might have been sleeping. I mean, I remember my first beer, but
well, when you're up late, the beer affects you a little bit more. Yeah. You haven't eaten in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eric, thanks for coming on. If you're listening to us, appreciate it. And
thanks, buddy.
You can always come on again, man. It might be. We'll try and get on earlier for you, guys. That's really going to end us up for the show. We just had to get off there so we could let Eric get to sleep, and then it kind of had some technical problems. Guys, we want to thank you for listening, and of course, this was our kind of most anticipated stuff. We didn't really want to go into too much on every other game because, like Jonathan said, we'll pretty much be going in and talking about these first impressions and different things. Basically all year, if you will. Each episode you'll be hearing stuff maybe a little bit different. So remember, you can find us on Facebook.com/ADHD Gamer Podcast, YouTube.com/ADHD Gamer Podcast, or you can find us at ADHD Gamer Podcast on Instagram as well. Find us on podcast services all around the world and pretty much anything: Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, different things of that nature. Thank you guys for listening, and Adam, thanks for coming on the show again, man. Adam will be on more often, obviously, this year. He's probably hurting for school right now because he's a big nerd and he's trying to get his life straightened out. Still,
God forbid, I want to take care of a family.
God forbid it, man. Fucking, you see what I'm doing here? You see these grays, man? You can't see these grays. They're not.
You see all that cool shit laying behind you?
Yeah, you know where all that cool shit came from? Years
of stocking up.
Listen, my wonderful right there. My wonderful wiring for my Ethernet cable.
This shit is literal years of fucking of fucking collection, man. Like I swear to God, there's fucking comics back there, man. I had more comics than that, and they all burned up in a fire. Ooh, I just farted, and God, that smells horrible.
That's pretty gross,
dude. That's gonna run me out of here. Oh yeah, let's hurry up and finish this. All right, so dude, it's
let's
bad.
Let's talk a little longer.
No, dude, no, dude. I already caught. Listen, I've done 2 things in the last month of shows. I've caught a Charlie horse that almost killed me, and number 2, I've just farted and almost burnt me, and almost it's burning me out of my room right now, and it's pretty bad. No, so the other day in my truck at work, right? I'm gonna tell you guys a wonderful story if you're listening to us here, and then we'll go ahead and go. So I drive a truck for a living, and my windows broke in my truck, and I farted in my truck, and I didn't know my windows were broke. I went to roll them down. It wasn't happening. I screwed myself because at this point I'm doing 70 or whatever our governor stops at on I-4, and on the way to Daytona. Yeah, and I had to sit in that. I had to baste in it. It's like gravy. I had to just sit in it and wait.
You had to what in it?
I had to. I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going.
You had to bask in it.
Bask in all your butt glory.
I basted in it. Yeah, I basted it.
Shit out of it.
So there was a question on Giant Bombcast the other day. I'm going to ask you, gentlemen, would you rather take a bath in gravy or chocolate pudding?
Chocolate pudding. No.
Or no, hold on. No, it wasn't chocolate pudding. It was whipped cream. And the reason it was whipped cream was because it was, and the reason I said gravy was because whipped cream is very sticky. You're going to remain sticky the whole time, no matter whether you take a shower or not.
So it's whipped cream or gravy.
Or gravy like that goes on mashed potatoes.
I was like, how thick is the gravy?
My question is, how warm is each of these substances? Like
I can give you some pretty warm baby gravy right now.
Well, that's gross.
Because if baby gravy, then we know where that's going.
I almost said whipped cream,
Bukkake.
And I was like, no, that shit's gonna be cold as fuck. Like, gravy might be the way to go because you can get that a little lukewarm and not like fuck with the consistency.
What if you were in there with gravy and mashed potatoes at the same time? Would you try and eat your shit that your balls have been sitting in?
I'd be making all sorts of potato sculptures and just like make little people at the bottom, and then have the lava flow down and kill them all.
Am I butt ass naked or am I?
Oh yeah! Oh no! You're butt ass naked. Dude, your balls are just all in these mashed potatoes.
I'm not worried about my balls. I'm worried about my butthole.
Dude, I will shit in these mashed potatoes and still eat these mashed potatoes.
I'll get you some duct tape and put it over your butthole, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay?
And then as long as I get to pull that duct tape off, I'm fine. I want to rip that shit right off.
All that hair that comes off on that duct tape's gonna suck.
I want to rip it.
I would go whipped cream personally.
You go whipped cream?
I'm gonna go gravy.
I'm going gravy, man. I'm going gravy, especially if it's
gravy, and that's what separates the men from the boys.
So, guys, I want you to not you, gentlemen, of course, but of course, thank you, gentlemen, for coming as always. But the listeners, I want to tell the listeners about something special. We have something special planned this year. That we are not ready to announce yet. We are not going to be ready to announce, I think, until about April. But I just want to tell you guys to be ready for it. We, of course, at ADHD Gamer are a very small podcasting video game outlet, whatever you want to call us. We're very tiny. We don't make any money off this. If anything, we lose money. We've talked about this multiple times. We want to do something fun and that we can have fun with, and of course that you guys can see and have fun with, and you can actually join in with us. So we'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted to kind of like tease a little bit of kind of what's going to happen. You don't know anything about it. I haven't said too much, so we'll be fine. We'll talk more about it in April. Actually, you may be able to put 2 and 2 together here pretty soon when we do something on Facebook. But we'll see. Also, guys, there's going to be a new show coming soon. Now that the Podalorian is done which, by the way, go check the Podalorian out if you've been in The Mandalorian. That'll give you a little hour insight of pretty much how that show went and how it ended so wonderfully on probably the best episode of the series, in my own opinion. I loved it. And IG, you're my boy. But yeah,
You're
go
my boy, IG.
You're my boy, Blue. But yeah, guys, go check that out.
2020 is going to be a big year, buddy.
2020 is going to be a fun year, man. Coming up in February, we've been doing this a year, and it's going to be a fun process, man. I think it's going to be a blast. So, guys, ADHD gamers, Adam, Jonathan, Eric, thank you guys for coming. And I will see you guys next week, obviously. Anything you guys want to say before we go?
Just see you later, ADHD gamers. Thanks for watching, and keep watching in 2020.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Have fun and keep gaming. I need a cool sign off.
Yeah, you do.
This is the way.
This is the way. I have spoken.
I have spoken. I was just about to say it.
I have spoken.
All right, guys. It's been wonderful. Adam, please speak in the third person. So, guys, it's been wonderful. And thanks for joining us. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.